Good morning, good life. Welcome back to AmyTV, where we come together to help you go after the life that you want. I am sitting here at my vanity. I thought I would just get ready with you because it's a full day, and I didn't want to waste any time talking to you because why? This is Vlogmas. We got to do all the talking all the time. While I am getting camera ready, I thought I would take a few questions. So I went to my Instagram and asked for a little Vlogmas AMA. Ask me anything while you get ready with me. So that's what we're gonna do. Super appreciative of the sponsor of this episode of Vlogmas on AmyTV, and that is our friends at ShoeDazzle. After I get all dolled up, I'm gonna show you some things that I got from them, and oh my gosh, I've been waiting forever to open these boxes, and so I'm very excited that time is now here. Make sure you check the link in the description below so that you can get your first purchase for just $10. That is 75% off, and yes, we need to look good this time of year, and we need to save money doing it. So check that out. Let's see, what question do I want to start with? Palona, this is a softball. Here's a good one. This is a softball. What Christmas traditions do you and Vincenzo have? The only tradition really has been learning how to balance the holidays and married life and the different families. And Vincenzo is from Connecticut. We live in Ohio. So it's, you know, can be difficult to make sure that we get to see all the family we want to see. Basically, we kind of look at it as like a Thanksgiving, Christmas sort of volley. So each year, one of us gets Thanksgiving, the other one gets Christmas, and we will go to the respective cities of whoever has it. And then we'll kind of make other separate trips work so that if we can't be in Thanksgiving for Connecticut, then maybe we can go there a little bit earlier in the month, or, you know, vice versa. Unfortunately, that's not a tradition that we're actually following through with this year. We really didn't get to see enough of Vin's family at all, so ultimately we came to the decision that we were going to Connecticut for both holidays. I think our real tradition is that we're trying to have a New Year's party every year. I even kind of held us to that last year when it was a really difficult time for my family. We still had our New Year's party, and so the saga continues. We are going to have our 3rd annual New Year's party this year. I feel like that was like the fun and easy holiday to take. Nobody really takes New Year's Eve. I'm just such a huge fan of that holiday. You know, I love a fresh start. This question says, do you follow the same morning routine on the weekends? I do not. I like to keep my morning routine fresh by not making myself do it all the time. I kind of just do whatever I feel on the weekends because it should feel like my morning routine is still special and not forced. And something I think that it is special about the weekends is that I have less commitments to the outside world in theory. And so I don't necessarily have to outline the same amount of time for myself at the start of the day. But every once in a while, I will sit down with my morning pages if I'm feeling like I have like way too much on my mind and I need to clear it up a little bit. I just think that that's a tactic that works. It's a habit that works. I do stick with my lemon water as much as possible as long as we haven't run out. It's funny, like I always remember to buy just enough lemons for the week, and then sometimes I run out and I can't have it on the weekend. We try to just spend a little bit more time with each other, and I feel like that's fulfilling enough that I don't necessarily have to have the same morning routine on the weekends. Like I said, it just makes it feel less special if I'm trying to force it on days that I don't necessarily need it. When will Good Morning Good Life be available on Audible? I hear very soon. I got very good news from Audible that it's approved, so it's just sort of a matter of all the platforms working the way we want them to. So it should be going to retail very soon. Alana asked, how are you using the Good Morning Good Life planner with your Google Calendar? Really good question. I am an avid Google Calendar user because I have so many things going on my calendar all the time. It's hard to live on paper with my appointments, especially when I need to collaborate with my assistant to schedule things and, you know, calendar appointments and all that kind of thing. You really want the play-by-play of what you need to do to be mostly in one place if you can control it. So I think the planner still works for people, and genuinely, like for me, it's like, did I do my movement? Did I do my mindfulness? Did I do my mastery? That's an important checkpoint. And I also will just kind of use the weekly planner as like one-off thoughts that happen, any tasks that I think of that I want to throw in there, which of course is a little bit of a balance with my bullet journal, but I've been so partial to my own planner planner that my bullet journal has kind of been suffering toward the end of the year. But I also really use the planner more to help me outline when is gonna be the best time to sleep, get the most amount of sleep, the times I'm gonna wake up, and things like that. So the Google Calendar has been more for the rigid parts of my schedule, where the planner has been my outlet for the self-care things I need to be thinking about for myself. And I feel like it's a really travel friendly and ideal space to do that in, because it feels very pretty and like very fluffy versus the strictness and businessy life that I have on my Google Calendar. I will leave a link to the planner. I'm so excited that there's so much engagement behind that planner that people got excited about it and are buying it just as much as the book, which is so cool, because I feel like the planner didn't get as much play as the book did for a lot of different reasons, but specifically the planner was meant to be that workbook that was going to help you do all the things that I talk about in the book. So hopefully people have found it as that as well. Where do you learn how to delegate properly? You know, I think that that's like constantly difficult, because as somebody who, as Enneagram would put it, is an achiever, it's really easy to leave things on my own plate and not ask anybody to bother to do stuff. But at the same time, I am learning a lot about working with a team in-house and how to kind of instruct them on how they can help me. I'm doing a lot of reading on this because managing people has been less of my focus in my career and more of an afterthought. Now it's a great deal of my workload. So I feel like I just need to go to all of the smart people that did it before me to learn, which is what books are for. And books are amazing because they're literally telling you, look, this is what I did. This is what worked for me. Take a hint. Madison asked, where do you get all your amazing clothes from? That's so nice. I mean, I love hearing that because, you know, it's funny how I'm kind of in these like two different worlds. I'm very much an advisor of sorts, a thought leader to some people, an author to a lot of you, and a creator. And so in a lot of ways, like what I'm saying should be one of the most important things. But you know, when you're on video and you're on Instagram, sometimes you gotta look good. And so I don't like to put a lot of time and energy into that. I try to make it as easy as possible, which is why I look online for a lot of inspiration. And I'll be showing you ShoeDazzle later. Like, this is legitimately the easiest thing for me. I'm so busy with my schedule and I still need to look good, and I need something to tell me based on what you know about me, what's gonna look good with me. And so that's why these types of things like ShoeDazzle are extremely useful in my life. So I'll share more about that later. Fun question. Somebody asked, how do you have a morning routine if I'm supposed to be studying at night, as I am a part-time student? There's a lot to balance there, but it's possible. And I actually made a video specifically for students. Now, it is in the mindset of a full-time student, so it might not be exactly the same, but it is a tremendous amount of work to be a full-time student as well. So I think if you look at that calendar block example, you could see the possibility there. There's this misconception that like your morning routine has to be at a certain time in a certain way in order for it to be a routine, and it doesn't. Routine is not just a word. A routine is a routine because you made it a routine. It is not just a thing that exists. A morning ritual is something that you have to work toward. And so if you want a morning routine because you find it to be beneficial and you agree with people like me who say it is beneficial, then you're gonna less ask yourself, like, how am I supposed to have a morning routine when I'm a part-time student and study at night, and think, how do I revert? Whoa, that was a lot of tripping on my words. You're gonna think, how do I reverse engineer the time that I actually have so that I can make that happen? It is very, very easy to make the excuses, well, I'm this, well, I'm that, well, I have 3 jobs, well, I have... We're all busy and we all have the same amount of time in a day. And so if you don't have 15 minutes, which I have a feeling if you were scrolling Instagram and asking me this question, then you do have 15 minutes. If you have 15 minutes, you can have a morning routine because you have a life. So do something with it. That is how I feel about it. Martha said, when are you gonna come to Brazil? I love your videos. I'd love to come to Brazil. Invite me, bring me, send me out there. I'll be there. Oh, can you post a link to the robe you're wearing in the morning routine? I think it's the purple robe that I have on all the time. And if that's the case, I will try to find a link to it. It is by UGG. I got it as a holiday gift last year from my mother-in-law. That and these slippers she got me. Can't stop wearing them. Can't stop. Somebody asked, what did you learn about yourself while taking vacation for the first time in a while this past year? I learned that I'm not very good at taking vacation. That's honestly it. Like, I'm 100% here for downtime. I am 100% here for self-love time. I am not working at a job that I don't like. I am not doing things with my time that are not fun in some way or not things I've chosen. So it's just really hard for me to take a vacation because the things I'm apparently taking a vacation from are so fun to me. Like, it's really hard to be mad at my job. Now, a job is still a job and you still get kind of burnt out on it and you have to take those breaks. But what I learned about this past summer is I took way too long of a break. I don't think I would ever do that again. I don't need a 3 or 4 week vacation, and I took a 3 or 4 week vacation. I would think I would rather take like quarterly, weekish long vacations if I had all that time. If I have 4 weeks to take, I would rather take them periodically, not all in one shot. Like this upcoming holiday break, once Vlogmas is over, see you later podcast, see you later YouTube, I'm taking a break. But it's only gonna be a week because we got a new year to celebrate. I mean, like, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to come back for that. I'll take 2 more questions. These are the 2 I really, really like. First one is, how did you know you were ready to hire a team? I knew because I ran out of time. Like, okay, when you look at how much time things take and how much it costs to do those things, if that hourly rate is lower than what you want to make or do make, then you need to get somebody else to do it. And that's how I knew I needed to hire a team. I know that I operate at a level that I make more than somebody who would check email for a living. So I try not to check email for a living. I have somebody else do that for me. And I do have to check email, like it's a communication tool, but the actual transaction of email I've taken off my plate. In order to take it off my plate, somebody has to do it because financial situations still happen in email. It's just that I don't have to spend a great deal of time there. So I think when you figure out how much money you are making and how much your operating expenses are and what needs to get done and what doesn't need to get done and who you need to hire to do something or if you need to get rid of something altogether, that's how you know, like, oh, okay, I need a team for this. And the 3 big things for me are like email checking and errand running and having somebody to grammarize all my content and make sure it goes out on time. That's really important. And video editing. I have been a huge lover of video editing for so long, but at the end of the day, after 10 years, I couldn't justify doing it anymore because I was losing a lot of my own ability to be creative and come up with new ideas because I was spending too much time on that hamster wheel. The last question I'm gonna take, I think, is a really good one. How do you overcome feelings of guilt? That's a good one. Guilt, I feel like, happens in so many different ways and it happens in different capacities for different people. Usually guilt for me is in the form of not making people feel the way I want them to feel and people not feeling important as I think that they are. Those are usually my biggest feelings of guilt. So that could mean a lot of things. Have I spent enough time with my family and friends? That's the obvious one. But also, like, did we not post a video? I told people I would be there for them. I told people they were important to me and that I was going to do that thing for them and that they should expect it. So what good is my word to them if I don't show up and do that thing? So that's where guilt tends to pop up for me. It's very hard to overcome feelings of guilt other than to learn from mistakes. The guilt I have a problem with is guilt inflicted by others. I didn't do concealer. Guilty! I'm so bad at vlogging and makeup, but I usually do that before bronzer, so we're not that far off. The problem with guilt that I have is not self-inflicted. It's the guilt that others try to put on you based on what their viewpoints are. So it's so difficult, right? Because you're like, okay, you're basically trying to make me feel guilty about something that you feel, but I don't feel that. And so how can I feel guilty if I don't feel that? But I don't like that you're posing this to me, right? It's a very weird situation to be in because it's like you feel guilty even though you know you shouldn't. I think I heard this from like Iyanla on the Oprah show. If you actually do feel guilty about something, it's because you have a connection to it that is shameful. And if you feel guilty, then there is some shame that you're not dealing with. And so when I think of it that way, if someone is saying, I don't like how much you post on your Instagram, it's too much, it's way too much, and you should call me more often. Okay. Well, my Instagram posting has absolutely nothing to do with my relationship with somebody one-on-one, but okay. Also, I do not feel shame about posting on my Instagram and communicating with other people for a particular purpose. I can't feel shame about that. That's the life I want. That's literally the thing that I have designed for myself. See the design? I did that. So because I can't feel shameful about it, I have to have a very real conversation with myself, like, why do I feel guilty? Is it just because I have guilt because somebody else told me to feel guilt? Or do I actually feel guilt? I don't feel guilt because I actually fully believe in that thing that I'm doing. If there is a problem that I feel is unrelated, that doesn't mean there's not a problem. It's just a problem that's got to be solved in another way. And this is simply the conclusion that's being drawn by somebody else. So how do you fix the real problem? At the end of the day, and this is one of our sort of commandments at the office, is like, get to the problem. Like, what's the real problem here? You know, we can dress it up and put lipstick on it and call it all kinds of different things, but we're not gonna be able to fix the problem if we can't get to the actual core of it. And so when I think about overcoming guilt, I believe it's either guilt that you've put on yourself. So is there something you're feeling shameful about? And if there is, what can you learn from that? Because you can't do anything about your past. You have to move into the future. That beeping is distracting me. Or is it guilt that somebody else is trying to put onto you and you're upset that they want to do that and they want you to feel a certain way, but you're actually not feeling guilt. You're feeling hurt that somebody feels that they need to do that to you. And the problem is elsewhere. That's what I think about that. All right, that is all the questions for today. Let's take a look at my ShoeDazzle haul. Oh yes. What am I wearing today? Okay, so I've definitely got an interesting assortment of shoes to go through, which I feel like I'm so excited about. Like, you got the things you need and you got the things that are gonna make a statement. I also got a couple of clothing items too, so I'm gonna do a quick try on. Does this look up my alley or is this up my alley? I love the cape trend so much. Every time I see one, I'm like, okay, how can I make that work in an everyday outfit? And I feel like a literal business superwoman right now. This is so cute. Plus the shoes, so cute because you got the little bows in the back, or if you like them in the front. I don't know how you do things, and I put them in the back. And I love them. Very cute. I haven't been wearing heels a lot lately. It feels really good to be wearing a cape and heels. Hello, yes. It's a good first look. This is something I could wear all the time. You gotta get this cape. Oh my gosh. Hurry up and get this cape before it sells out because this is a sellout purchase, this one. Okay, low-key freak out. I am obsessed with this dress. And I was just putting boots on it just to be fun, but I almost feel like it works. I might need to like bring the skirt up a little bit because see how it gets a little bit like long? I don't know if I like that. If there's like just the teeniest amount of leg. Oh my God, look at these balloon sleeves. So cute. I'm dying. I want it to just be the tiniest bit shorter, and it's like there. It is so there. But I'm gonna put it on with the heels real quick because it's such a good length. It's so flattering and it's tasteful, and you could totally wear it for like a night out, but also for like a meeting. I love it. So darling. Oh my gosh. I am just living for this. ShoeDazzle style, baby. See, this is what I'm talking about. If I don't have to leave the house and still get something really cute delivered to me, that is the goal, okay? We gotta save time any way we can. Save money, save time, save it all. Go out, look good, okay? Okay, I have to try. I think like, I'm like trying to figure out what's gonna go with this. I don't know if I have anything that'll go with this right now, but I have to try these on. And you're somebody who just loves to wear black all the time, not even trying to be morbid, straight up love it. You gotta throw in a little bit of something to jazz it up, okay? The snow booth situation is the best right now, oh my God. This is totally something I would wear like all the time right now. With the weather the way that it is, going to the grocery store, check. Going to work, y'all be okay if I wear this to work, check. Legit, these are like all the feels right now. This is all the feels. Okay, this is honestly like my favorite way to save time and money and, you know, Apparently I'm still a mess, but okay. Sorry, all the wrapping, all the wrapping. Definitely need to check out that cape, the snow boots. Snow boots for the win. But probably the easiest thing is to go and take their style quiz. It takes 60 seconds and they're gonna kind of pick things out for you to make it easier for you. Save you more time, save you more money that way. So I will make sure that you see that in the description below. Use my link so that you can, again, just get your first style for 10 bucks. You know you have places to be this holiday season, so go and check that out. After you take the style quiz, regardless of if you choose anything for now, make sure you put your email in there so that you can get the discounts in the future, because you don't want to miss the deals when they do happen. That cape is definitely going to sell out, so we want the deals, we want to get the cape, just go get the thing. Their website is super easy to shop, so you can find everything that I talked about or find the right pieces for you, take that quiz, all the things. So check out the link in the description below for that discount and to find out more details. Huge thank you to everybody who follows me on Instagram and chimed in with a question for today. I love being able to hear what's on your mind. I think it's fun because it's like, oh, I just put a book out, so now there's lots of book related questions, and then like in a couple weeks it'll probably be New Year kind of stuff or whatever videos I've put out. And I also really just want to know where you are in your life right now, because I feel like that is the value that I present to you, is just helping you get through whatever moment this is for you. What is the season for you right now? What are you going through? How can I help? How can I help you go after the life that you want? I feel like that is why I have a place on this earth, and so please help me do that. And you know, following on Instagram and just sharing what those questions are is just one way for you to do that, and I appreciate those of you who did. That is all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Make sure you subscribe for good vibes, kiss the ones you love, and go after the life that you want. Cheers. Hey, are you struggling to find time for the things you love? Feel like you're constantly on the go, but taking care of everyone else first? You are not alone, and you deserve so much more. Not only are you capable of taking on this challenge, you already have all the tools it takes to make it happen. That resourcefulness is all you need to get activated by your new daily mantra. Good morning, good life. It's my new book, and it launches on Amazon on December 10th. More details at goodmorninggoodlife.com. Getting a coffee mug. Lucy got up. I have to go get her before the entire house falls down. Too many things going on. Going out in the snow in my boots. Yes. Snowed just in time for these boots. I'm pumped.